I was there. Storms like Hurricane Katrina historically are rare. I was there. But we stood in very long lines, it was a desperate time. Can't let them forget, that's why I wrote these rhymes. A bottle of hot water, a ride almost started, shoved and pushed forward, over food, a shortage, backed up, bathrooms and toilets drank, contaminated water out of the faucet, look up, what the? Locked up, asked a member of the National Guard, I said, why are we being held as prisoners of war? He responded, following orders, martial law. Understand, it felt more like Afghanistan and Iraq and not New Orleans. There were heroes of the storm and those of them that went too far. Pray for them, they too bear scars. Thank the Lord for the Air Force and the Coast Guard that flew helicopter and rescue missions non-stop. Got people and pets off of porches and rooftops. You may or may not even care. I was there. My name is Shelton Alexander, and I was in the Superdome during Hurricane Katrina. Well, the first time I heard about Hurricane Katrina, I was here in the parish, I was in Violet. I was at home. Gusting winds, maybe up to 200 miles per hour. Me and Cussy, two of the last people probably left on the block. We got one neighbor that's staying, and a few more that's scary, man. I was thinking about staying. I'm gonna go and ask my auntie, do she wanna leave? I hope she do, man, because if she don't, man, I'm like ready to go. When we finally made the decision to leave, we drive, and then all of a sudden, we get to like Airline Highway and the traffic backed up and we didn't move for like a few hours. And at that point I was like, I don't want to run out of gas right here. And I said, we have to, we'll go to the Superdome. I knew that was an option, like, you know, and I was like, if anything, it'll be maybe 2 days in the dome or something, it'll blow over. The National Guardsman, he told me to park like right behind the Superdome. We finally got into the line, and it took a long time because they searched every individual person, top and bottom. All the people waiting to get inside the Superdome. For me, I had like a big duffel bag along with some clothing, you know, some jeans, some different, the camera, the tapes and stuff like that. And as far as the camera is concerned, you know, being a poet and an artist traveling, like I was recording myself and I was filming stuff. So and I was like, well, we go to the Superdome. I just want to record that experience as well. That was that Sunday when we arrived at the Superdome. We got settled in, and then early that Monday morning, all of a sudden I just hear some kind of like loud sound, like boom. Yeah, rumbling. Then you hear some rumbling like brr. Then the rumbling just get like boom. I don't like the sound of that. It didn't take long while, you know, it was starting to batter and beat on top of the dome. But from that point, you know, you can see the water starting to slowly seep in. And then the hole got bigger. And then it got bigger, and then the water just started coming in and pouring in. And then it wasn't one hole, then another hole opened up. Oh, that water starting to mash them over there now. People's like, man, what is going on? This must be serious. Like if the water getting inside the dome, they making us go move here, move there. People starting to panic. It went from feeling safe to like unsafe all at the same time. But it really wasn't high anxiety for the people just yet. I think the anxiety was more concern for the outside. We didn't know what was going on, but By that Tuesday, same kind of thing. You know, they had a lot of chaos, a lot of stuff started happening. Now people starting, you know, with the food, and, you know, the food started coming up short, you know. But we didn't really, all we heard was about, you know, the levee breaching, because they didn't want to let us out. Just feeling that anxiety of being, now you feel like you're a prisoner now. Now you locked in, like, what you mean I can't leave? Like, this not a war, and why am I stuck here? A lot of different things happened, you know, inside the dome. It just got real crazy. You know, the smell was really, really horrific. You're talking like after the first day, the toilets was already backed up. And not having, you know, drinking water and all that other stuff was just kind of like real, real bad. I watched a lot of people suffer. I seen people like unattended, elders like just sitting in place for like days at a time, not moving. It was hot. It was super hot. Everybody was walking around with t-shirts on. Some women in their bras, just like it didn't make a difference. It was hot. Almost had a ride behind the food. You know, people didn't know which way to go, where they were setting the food up at. And like when things got real, real intense, you know, and we seen a shot fired, everybody was like ducking. Like, we know what gunshots sound like in New Orleans. Maybe you're not gonna see a bunch of reports of it, but I will tell you, that's something I witnessed. I didn't witness the whole commotion. All I witnessed was I heard the shot, and we seen somebody go down. So it was just mad chaos. Talking about Rachel, kind of like, whoa, they don't want to let us out. They about to starve us to death. Let me get out of here. I want to take my chances on the outside. I actually left that Wednesday evening, you know, the day that the water was really, really, really rising. My car was on the back side of the Superdome. You'll notice they have different gate C, gate D. We tried every last gate to get out of, and all the National Guards told us, you know, you can't get out here, you can't come out this way. And so we finally came to this exit right here, and we seen all the people, then we seen an opening where we can walk out of here, and we just took for a beeline and we just walked straight out of here. When we get to this point now, we can see from here to the street, it was like, whoa. They had water on the ground, you know, that's what people was talking about. Then after that, I took our walk, and me and a guy, George, we went this way, and then we cut through the parking lot, and we walked through the water, you know, underneath there was kind of crazy because they got some low levels, and so you seen where they also could have had a current pull you underneath, also, like, and you get sucked into the basement or something. That water was flowing, looked like a big swimming pool underneath, pretty much. So we finally get there, and I can see it in the distance, my truck. I'm like, whoa, man. I'm like, this truck is not submerged. And so when we got to the vehicle, we was like, cool, man. I was like, wow. Then I started doing like this. Oh, I don't have the keys. I don't have the keys. And we was like, vehicle is good. We ready to leave. And we have to go through that same journey underneath through the parking garage to go and let them know the good news. I didn't have my keys on me. I had my keys and all that inside my duffel bag, but I left my duffel bag with Cussy. And so when we got there, we ran into some of the people that I seen stay behind here that I left. They was like, we stand. And so like the number, when it really added up, the number was really 20. I said 19 escaped. It's 19 that I helped get out of there. I made number 20 myself. It's my people's right here. You know what I'm saying? Where we headed at next? The refugee camp? Government Street, huh? Man, it's the most amazing thing ever happened in my life. And then when I finally made it to, you know, safe ground, and I'm watching the news now, I'm like, oh man, this is like I was in that. Then you see the Superdome still swelling. You see the convention center swelling, you know, the people coming out of the shadows. They call it survivor's guilt, like, you know what I mean? I think about all them people that I had to pass by, you know? With it being 10 years, it almost feel like it was yesterday, and then it feel like it's been forever too. But I will say it's been a lot of stress. It's been a lot of heartache, it's been a lot of pain. You know, I had my moments, you know, where I broke down. It's been really, really tough. Post-Katrina, I couldn't breathe. I was like, man, I can't breathe. I thought it was something else. I learned that it was anxiety later, but it was real, real tough. Then after that, my mom's passed away, so the world, even to right now, for me, is totally different. Like, you don't want everything to be the same. You know, you want it to still feel like home, and at different times you look around, you just like, it don't remind you of, you know, what this place was, and the people not there to remind you. And so me as a poet and as an artist, and that's what I've pretty much been doing for the most part, that's been my work post-Katrina, is teaching creative writing for primarily alternative schools, but also regular ed schools as well. And that was my part of giving back and coming back and coming back and rebuilding, because you can rebuild the home, but you also have to rebuild the mind, the spirit, the soul. My name is Shelton Alexander, and I was there.